Good morning. So I'll just give you a quick update of the homestead and how we're getting on here. We've been doing some nice property videos recently. There's an amazing one coming out on Wednesday this week, and it's going to be a good one actually. Very unique property, actually house this time. Does possibly come with a piece of land, so definitely check that out. It'll blow your mind actually. It's got something very, very special and very, very rare in it. It's amazing, an absolutely amazing property. Anyway, full of potential. My God, the potential of that place. Anyway, that is coming on Wednesday. This is just a brief update on how we're getting on our homestead, just the jobs that we're doing, getting ready for this spring. It's definitely feeling like spring now. You can see the sun's out. It's actually quite warm, even though it's quite early in the morning. And yeah, so what I'm doing right now, I'll show you, is I've been putting some of the this, which I find in the woods. It's leaf mold and it's perfect. It's beautiful sort of organic matter to add to the beds as a mulch. So I'm just mulching these. What were these? These were broccoli and kale, and they're doing really well. They're looking really healthy and nice. I've just given them a bit of the nettle juice that I talked about in one of my previous videos, the nettle tea, and they're coming on really well. Next to those, you can see the seedlings of the broccoli are coming up really well. Then beyond that are a mixture of more kale and more cabbages, and they're the ones I actually sowed. You might see the video at the time of the Mascaras festival in Al-Qaid. So around about that time, we also trotted over to Al-Qaid to do go to that fantastic festival, and I planted those. So I got a good idea of when I planted them. Now, they're still quite small, but they are coming on, and they're really coming on now. We're getting some warmer weather. So that's one bit that I've done. Here, my disastrous bed of beans, which none of the beans came up, and I've been doing some streaming recently and I've realized that there's thousands of vole holes everywhere, so I think voles are the culprits. But some of the peas did survive, so I've started putting the pea sticks up for those, and I've even got some parsnips from last year that when I dug over this bed, obviously I didn't dig them up, and there's quite a lot of these parsnips coming up. So there might be a bit of a parsnip dinner at some point. I do like a parsnip. Anyway, let's move on to this bit. This is what I did yesterday. So I'll show you this first. So I did this, trimmed some of this, really because I wanted the organic matter, but also to let another flourish of flowers come through, and so I want to keep the organic matter growing there so I can crop it again. Anyway, I used some of that and some of the ferns that I picked from the upper terraces, and if I can see if I can show you here, and there we go, and I at last planted my potatoes. No dig, so unfortunately they didn't chit very well, and I got bored of waiting. I wanted to get them in the ground, so they're just going to have to go less chitted than I would normally want. But yeah, they did the way I do it: put it on top of the ground and cover it. There we go, easy planting. And what I'll do as I trim more and cut more, I'll be covering this bed again and again, and I'll be doing that as the potatoes come through as well, and just to make sure that they don't get any light down to the actual potatoes. And yeah, it's worked well for me in the UK, and it's worked well for me here, this method. I like the no dig method, but obviously other methods are available. Other things coming up. Oh, look at this, isn't this stunning? So these, you might see our orchard video when we planted our orchard. Well, definitely, these peaches seem very, very, very happy here, and they're coming out into bloom, into blossom right now, which is great. Might even get some on there. And what else have I done? Oh yes, I'll come over here. So there's another peach looking very, very lovely. And you can see at the end, I don't know whether you can see that with the sun actually, but at the end our apricots and plums are coming into bloom, and almond are all coming into blossom, which is lovely. A good time, it's not been too cold, so hopefully the blossoms will produce fruit. We've got lots and lots of bees around, lots of insects, because the way we manage this, we manage it very, very well for bees and insects, so we should have no problem with the pollinators. Here we go with the broad beans or fava beans, and they're coming on all right. They were planted last year and they're doing well. And here's just some of the seeds that I've been planting. Here, beetroot and perpetual spinach. Here's the beans that I've planted to replace the ones that the pesky voles ate. And then if we come into the greenhouse, I'll show you, if you saw the video about my frozen tomato plants, well, it looks like one of them might have survived. It's just about surviving in here in the greenhouse. And here we've got, to replace the peas that the pesky voles ate, are more peas, and they're just coming through, and got a couple of types of beans there as well. And also I've planted two different types of marigold, calendula, and they're good companion plants. Again, they bring in other insects, and also they deter pests from some of the things, particularly cabbage white butterflies, so they'll be going around the brassicas. And here we go, these are the courgettes. I've decided to plant them in the greenhouse in the ground, and 3 out of 5 are doing okay, 2 are looking a little bit iffy. Anyway, they will be grown, and I'm going to string them up onto this bar here, and I'm going to try and grow them. And what I want with those courgettes, I'm going to eat them when they're really small, and just pick them quite profusely if they grow well. What else can I show you? That is probably about it for now. Just a brief, oh no, let me show you. Yes, I forgot. You might have seen the strawberries that I bought, the strawberry plants that I bought. Most of them didn't have any leaves. Well, look at them now. Look at that. All of them have put on leaves. They're all doing really, really well. Absolutely brilliant way of buying them. They were like 20p each, and they've got really established good root systems, and they've just taken to this bed well. So I'll probably buy a couple more packs of those and fill up this bed. My only chickpeas that survived are actually doing quite well. Oh, that's another one there. Yeah, so they're actually doing okay. And I planted some carrots here next to the leeks that I planted, that you saw me plant in one of the previous videos, and they're all looking very nice, very healthy. And then you can just see this bed is looking quite nice. Everything's really coming into its own now. The garlic, the onions, the other leeks. There's a few carrots are just coming to the end. I'm just picking the last of the carrots, and then hoping the next lot of carrots I'll start picking them quite, as soon as they're tiny ones to eat. I'll be thinning out and eating the little tiny ones, and then letting the others grow much bigger. Anyway, there's a lovely view of our Quinta, and I'm going to say goodbye now. Oh, no, before I do that, I've just noticed our grandmother pear tree. Look at this. I haven't noticed, it's only just starting to come out. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it at this time of year. Spring is truly here. Let us know if you've heard a cuckoo or your signs of spring and that you've noticed that make you realize that it's definitely spring now, and we're past the false spring. And yeah, comment on anything that you've seen that you like, or any advice you've got. We like that. Subscribe if you want to see the other videos. We'll be building a shower amenity block at some point. There'll be a video about that. We're waiting on some materials for that at the moment, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, subscribe, share if you want to, and I'll just say goodbye. Happy homesteading. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye.